Emma Chamberlain woke up with that strange feeling in her chest again. The one that wasn't anxiety exactly, but wasn't peace either. More like the emotional version of a bruise you'd forgotten about until something pressed on it. The morning light spilled lazily through her apartment windows, painting soft gold on the floorboards and the edges of furniture, and somewhere outside a car alarm chirped and then gave up. She dragged herself out of bed, padded to the kitchen, and started her familiar matcha routine on autopilot. Scoop, water, whisk, ice, oat milk, hoping the ritual would trick her into feeling normal. It didn't. The quiet felt too loud. She carried the glass to her recording corner, sank into the tan leather chair that had literally molded to her shape at this point, adjusted the microphone, pulled the headphones over her ears, and watched the red light blink on the audio interface. One button away from people she would never meet spilling their souls into her lap. She hit record. "Hi guys," she said, voice still scratchy with sleep but soft in a way that made it feel like she was talking to just one person. "Welcome back to Anything Goes. I don't know about you, but my brain has been on overdrive lately. So today I thought we'd let your problems distract me from mine. You sent in voice messages about what you're going through, and from the titles I've seen, I might cry. We'll see." She took a sip of matcha, clicked open the folder of listener submissions, and scanned the list. Some titles were light: "Should I Move Cities?" "I Hate My Job," "Help I Cut My Own Bangs." And she bookmarked those mentally for later in case she needed to come up for air. But her eyes snagged on one that made her stomach tighten. He cheated. With her. Emma stared at it for a second, thumb hovering over the trackpad. Her chest felt heavier in that way she recognized all too well, the way old memories rose like smoke when something struck too close. Still, this was the deal. They trusted her with their pain, and she tried to do something honest with it. She clicked. A little static, then the sound of a shaky inhale. "Hi, Emma," a girl's voice said, small and trembling. "Please don't say my name on the podcast. I don't even know why I'm sending this, but I can't talk to anyone in my real life about it yet." Emma leaned forward without realizing it, elbows on her knees. "I just found out my boyfriend cheated on me," the girl continued, her voice already cracking. "And not just with some random girl, with my best friend." Emma's fingers tightened around the glass in her hand. "I feel like I'm in a movie or something," the girl went on, "like it's too cliché to be real. We've been together for 2 years. He's the first person I ever called home, without meaning a place. And my best friend? She's been in my life for 10. We did everything together. I told her everything, including all the things I was scared about in my relationship with him." She let out a small, broken laugh that sounded nothing like joy. "The stupid thing is, I always said, if he ever cheated on me, I'd leave immediately. I thought I knew my own boundaries. I thought I was that girl who respected herself. But now that it's real, I just feel numb, like I'm watching someone else's disaster." Emma's throat tightened. She could hear the girl's breathing pick up, like the words were hard to push out. "I didn't even catch them," she said. "There was no dramatic scene, no walking in on them. I found out by accident. My best friend came over last week and she left her phone on the couch while she went to the bathroom. It lit up with a new message. I swear I didn't mean to look, but you know when your brain catches something before your eyes do? I saw his name, my boyfriend's name, with a heart next to it." Emma closed her eyes, already imagining the next part and wishing she didn't. "I told myself it was nothing," the girl said. "We all put hearts next to our friends' names, right? But my stomach was in my throat. The preview popped up. It was him saying, 'Last night was worth the risk.' I still remember every pixel of that sentence." She inhaled sharply, and Emma could hear the tears starting to spill. "My heart was pounding so loud I could barely hear anything else." She was still in the bathroom. I picked up her phone. My hands were shaking so much I almost dropped it. I told myself I'd only look at that one message, just to make sure I wasn't misreading. You know that lie you tell yourself when you're about to cross a line you can't uncross? I opened the chat. There was a long pause, just the sound of her trying not to cry and failing. There were weeks of messages, she whispered, flirting, jokes that weren't just jokes. Him saying things like, "I wish I could be there with you instead," on nights when I thought he was just tired. Her telling him she couldn't stop thinking about the last time they were together, talking about how guilty they felt and then immediately talking about when they could do it again. They made fun of me. Little comments about how I trust people too easily, how I never notice anything. I was reading my own naivete in real time. Emma felt tears burn hot in her own eyes now, but she didn't look away from the laptop. "I put the phone down right before she came back," the girl said. "She sat next to me on the couch, smiled like nothing was wrong, and asked if I wanted to watch something. I stared at her face, and it was like someone had swapped her out with a stranger wearing her skin. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw the phone at her and demand answers. But I didn't. I just froze." Her voice dropped to a whisper. "I still haven't told her I know. I haven't told him either. It's been 5 days. 5 days of pretending I don't know my boyfriend and best friend have been sneaking around behind my back while I keep acting like the loyal girlfriend and the supportive friend." Emma's breath caught. 5 days inside that kind of silence felt like a lifetime. "I keep thinking I'm going to wake up and realize I misunderstood everything," the girl said. "But I didn't. I saw what I saw. I read it all. The worst part is, every time I look at him now, he kisses my forehead like he always does, and I almost believe him again. It's like my heart is begging me to stay stupid so it doesn't have to break completely." There was another shaky inhale. "And the thing is, I don't know who I'm angrier at," she admitted. "Him, for betraying me? Or her, for knowing everything I've ever been through with trust and still doing this to me?" Emma thought of friendships she had once treated like sacred temples, only to realize someone else had been quietly lighting them on fire. "We grew up together," the girl said, voice breaking more. "We shared clothes, secrets, beds at sleepovers. She held me when my last relationship ended because the guy cheated. She saw me cry over that. She heard me say, 'If it ever happens again, I'll never recover.' And she still did this." There was a raw, hollow silence hanging between each word now. "I keep replaying everything in my head," she continued. "All the times the three of us were together, the inside jokes they shared that I thought were just friendly, the way she'd leave the room to take a call, the night I was too tired to go out and told them to go without me so he wouldn't cancel his plans. I literally handed them an alibi and went to sleep." Emma's jaw clenched. Guilt had a habit of attaching itself to the wrong person. "I don't know what to do," the girl said. "Do I confront them? Do I break up with him? Do I end my friendship? Do I walk away from both? Do I try to forgive? Am I pathetic if I even consider it? I feel like my spine has turned to liquid. I don't know what my life looks like without them. But staying feels like living in a burning house and calling it warm." Emma exhaled slowly, realizing she had been holding her breath. "I keep asking myself what it says about me that they could do this so easily," the girl whispered. "Was I too trusting? Too comfortable? Too blind? I feel stupid for not seeing it. But I also feel stupid for seeing it and still not leaving. I don't recognize the girl who would tolerate this, but apparently she's me." The message ended with a tiny, muffled sob, then silence. Emma didn't speak for a long moment. The room felt smaller somehow, like the walls had inched closer. Her chest ached in that specific way it did when someone else's story reached into the part of her memory she'd locked away. Finally, she swallowed and unmuted her mic. "Okay," she said, her voice noticeably shaky. That was a lot. And if you're listening, I'm really sorry you're in this much pain." She wiped under her eyes, surprised to find tears there. "First of all," she said, "I want you to hear this very clearly. Their betrayal does not say anything about your worth. People cheat for reasons that live entirely inside their own unresolved mess. Cowardice, fear, ego, selfishness, a hunger for attention. None of that is a reflection of how lovable you are. It's a reflection of how unfinished they are. She took a breath and continued. You are not stupid for trusting the people you loved, she said. Trusting is not a flaw. It's actually one of the most beautiful things about you. They used it against you. That's on them, not on you. Her voice softened further. You're asking who to be angrier at, she went on. Honestly? You don't have to choose. You can be furious with both. Your boyfriend broke. Your trust and your best friend broke your foundation. One ripped the floor out from under your relationship. The other set fire to the walls of your friendship. You're allowed to grieve both losses separately. She paused, fingers fiddling with the wire of her headphones. Here's what I know, she said quietly. If you stay without acknowledging what happened, you will slowly disappear into the version of yourself that accepts less than she deserves. Every time you smile at them, knowing what they did, a little piece of you will die. You will replay those messages in your head forever, even while they try to convince you they made a mistake. You cannot heal in the same room where the wound was made unless the people who hurt you are willing to tear the whole thing down and rebuild it brick by brick. She let her words sink in. But right now, she added, you haven't even told them you know. You're bleeding quietly while they live like nothing happened. That's not healing. That's self-abandonment. She took another breath, steady but emotional. I can't tell you what to do, she admitted. I can't say, you must leave, because leaving is complicated when love and history and shared memories are involved. But I can tell you this. If you see yourself staying, then the people you stay with must be radically honest, radically remorseful, and radically willing to change. And your best friend? She doesn't just get to cry and say she's sorry. She has to accept that she broke something sacred and that you have every right to walk away. Emma's voice broke slightly on the next sentence. And if you leave, she whispered, you are not weak. You are not dramatic. You are not overreacting. You are choosing not to live in a story where the main characters are comfortable hurting you. She blinked away another tear. You said you don't recognize yourself, she reminded her. Maybe that's because the old you, the one who knew she would never tolerate this, is still inside, banging on the door, begging to be let back into your life. Maybe not recognizing yourself is a sign, not of how far you've fallen, but of how far you've drifted from the person you were always meant to be. She exhaled slowly. Whatever you choose, she said, choose the version of you that you'll be proud of 5 years from now. The version who can look back and say, I didn't abandon myself, even when it hurt. Your boyfriend and your best friend already chose themselves over you. It's your turn to choose you. She hesitated a moment longer, then added, voice soft but clear. And if anyone listening has been through something like this, you're not alone. The people who betray us are responsible for the wound. But we're responsible for deciding whether we keep living with a knife in our back or pull it out and walk away. Emma finally reached over and hit stop, the silence after her words settling like dust in the studio. She took off her headphones and stared at the blank wall for a long time, heart still pounding, thinking about how easy it is to say you'd leave, and how unbelievably hard it is when the betrayal has the face of the two people you loved most.